sorry to tell you, it may hurt your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked into my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean, shave every day and you'll always look keen.
Hello, this is Maya, broadcasting out the UK. Thank you for visiting me in my little corner of the internet, which is so teeny weeny. But anyhow, I'm glad that you've come in to look in. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you aren't, and you've been watching me for a while, thank you very much for your support. So what are we going to do today? We are going to use, again, we're getting towards the end of this series of the UK soaps, which is today Wickham's 1912 Magnum. There we go. I have a sample here. And I'm going to be lathering it up with my Evil Zebra brush. It's a synthetic and, if I recall, it's a 26 millimeter. And I'll be lathering that up in my shave bowl. This is what it looks like when it's fully assembled. This is where you hang your razor, this is where you hang your brush to dry out. And if you're using a puck, you can put it there also to dry out, and this is where you lather. So, and I'm going to be shaving with the Rockwell 6C plate 3, and I've forgotten my blade. Here we go. I'm going to be using the Wilkinson Sword, and post shave I'll use my Aloe First, trusty Aloe First spray. You can't see that well. And then the Wickham's 1912 unscented aftershave balm. So let's get started. Let me think. What first? Let's get the blade in first. Right, so this is a 3-piece razor. Careful, careful. Don't want any nicks or scrapes or dents on my razor, which can happen so easy on the surface that I have here. So here we go, in it goes. This is its, let me check, second use. Put the blade on top. And screw it all together. Oops, I'm not holding it tight. There we go. It has a little bit of an overhang, so careful there. Right, next to me, as usual, I have in my basin my flannel with some cold water. Not quite as strong as the last one I've used, but a nice scent. I can't try getting it open is a challenge. So much sticky tape on there. Right, here we go. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's take a bit off. Put it in the bottom of my bowl. It's stuck to my finger. Here we go. Put that back in. That's a lovely scent. I'm already liking it without even lathering up. So, if you think my hair looks a bit weird today, that's because it is. I washed it yesterday, used the hairdryer, which I hardly ever do, and then it wasn't quite wet, quite dry yet when I went to bed. And then this morning it was so cold and so humid, so it's gone all flat and horrid on me. So there we go. So I did have a cap on. I did have my cap on with my buff around it, but I thought that looks even more weird. But outside I don't care if I'm walking the dogs. There we go. Right, so here's my little bit of soap. Let's get to it. Let me just have another scent. I'll just quickly tell you what's in there. Sweet lemon, fresh basil, rosewood, musk and amber. I get a little hint of sweet. Yes, and then the earthiness. I don't get the basil at the moment, but maybe that will come later. So let's get the brush, let's dip it in, as it doesn't need soaking, it's a synthetic. I just need to dip and shake out. Right, let's adjust the camera. Usual deal. So I don't have to hold up too high. And let's see if I manage to get myself completely full again. Right, so I'm only loading this, whatever water's in the brush, nothing more. And I forgot my syringe as well. So I'm just loading it. I think I'm going, you know, I don't really like the term many people use, loading it like you hate it. I don't really like it. It sounds very negative and aggressive. So I'm going to phrase the term load it like candy floss. I don't know why, it just seems like the pre-shave, pre-soap here. Pre-lather, now I got it, not pre-shave. Pre-lather looks a bit like candy floss, so that's what I'm going to go for. So look at how that's already coming up. Can you see that? And if you can hear some funny sounds, the little dog has decided he's coming into the bathroom with me today, and he's doing all sorts of roly-polies on the carpet, and he's into the shower, and as in the shower basin. He's doing nonsense, in other words. So, okay, I think that's loaded. And as usual, super easy. Let me just get my syringe. Here we go. Loading that up to 1 teaspoon. That wasn't quite enough. There you go. I'm adding in half because I had quite a bit of water still in my brush, so I don't want to overdo it. I don't know. Can you see him down there? No. Can you see him now? He's sniffling into all the cupboards. That's what that sound is. Okay, so here we go. Up. Okay, now this is a bit askew. All right, let's try like that. Okay, here we go. So. He's just sat there staring at me now. What the heck I'm talking about. Normally he sits outside in front of the bathroom door and or halfway up the stairs and waits for me, but today he's decided he wants to come in. And I'm guessing the little one's going to get bored pretty soon. Right, let's add a little bit more in. Okay, that was 1 ml. So I've got 3/4 of a teaspoon in here. And this, can you hear that? That sounds still rather sticky. So I'm going to add the rest in, so that's 1 teaspoon and whatever was in the brush. Let's try get this all into the bowl. If anything I've got to say about the shaved bowl, I love it, the height of it, but I wish it was more like, I'm just moving stuff around, I wish it was more like this width, the top width. That would make things a little easier. Actually, maybe I should try if this lathers up more easy, but then it hasn't got quite the same height. So maybe I'll give that a go. Use that, because with the bigger brushes this tends to always come out. And then I've got boob lather. Here we go. Okay, this still sounds quite sticky. There's not a sheen yet. So I'm drawing up another teaspoon, but not adding the whole in. Is that yes. Let's add in half a teaspoon. Actually, no, that's 1 mil, 1.5 mils. I'm adding, I don't want to add too much. What did I say? I just knew I was going to do that. I'd like to know if you find this beneficial when I show you the lathering, how I do it, actually real time or not. Or whether you'd rather prefer me not to show it and just get on with the shaving side of things. Whether that's of any help whatsoever. In my head, I think it is helpful. I'm adding another mil, so then I've got 1.5 teaspoons in here. In my head, I think it's helpful for those especially that haven't done bowl lather very often or not at all. But I might be completely wrong. Not that I'm a super expert anyway, but I have now done it a few times. Okay, this is sounding better now, a lot lighter. I don't know if you can hear the difference. And there's a gloss, and it looks now like whipped egg whites. Like fluffy meringue. There's a slight sheen. The bubbles are tight. And there's loads of it. Let me do the finger test. I've got here. I've touched something. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's test this. Yes, I have creaminess, I have smoothness. Do I have the skin protection? Let's see. Yes, there's a lot of skin protection there. You can see as it's... Let's just bring that in. Okay, even if I rub away all the visual lather, you can see how that's gliding. So I think we're ready. Let me adjust my camera. There you go. Take my glasses off and let's wet the face. Okay, here we go. Let's put some of this deliciousness on. Look how much there is again. Oh, I think this is, oh my goodness, this is a fabulous scent. As soon as you get it onto the skin, it develops so nicely. I feel like I'm breathing lather. Here we go. Oh, this is lovely. That's the wrong towel. I'm just getting my towel ready here. This is not strong, but it's developing. It's feeling lovely on the skin, very creamy. Here we go. And let me just adjust the camera a little bit more, maybe a bit down. The other day someone was not complaining but mentioning that they can't hear any feedback. Well, of course you can't hear that much feedback. I haven't got a beard like a man. It is in places coarse, but not like... And one mustn't forget that most probably my microphone on this isn't that great either. This is an old, well, when I say old, how long have I had this camera? 7 years now. So it's not like the newest GoPro. This is lovely. The scent, it just gives you pleasure. I can't really tell you descriptively what my nose is telling me. It's just, is it floral? Not really. Although you definitely get the sweetness. And as you see, super smooth. It just glides. I am enjoying the soap a lot. The soap base and the scent. Now, you know, Signature Soaps is one of my favorites, all-time favorites. I must say, Wickhams, even though I had problems in the beginning with the lather, the very first video I did, that was the Scottish Heather, I think it was. I had humongous problems with that one, I don't know why. So I'll revisit that at a later stage again. But these scent combinations, and look at that. I mean, who will not want to have this kind of a lather? And I didn't even try that hard. Let's see if I put my glasses back on. See if I've missed any bits on the sides. Okay, where's my razor? Here we go. Sometimes I miss bits because I'm not properly looking. I don't know if you watched Jill's latest video. She revisited one of her very first soaps. Well, my very first soap was Mitchell's Wool Fat, the fat. I didn't make it easy for myself, but I saw it online and I thought, yes, you want something that's renowned, that's been around a long while, you want an English name, and you want something that comes in a nice tub, because you'll keep that tub forever. So, and it was of a price that I could afford. It was on offer. And I can't even exactly remember what shop I got it from, because I wasn't in the shaving Facebook groups yet. And I remember Jill telling me that that's one of the most notorious soaps one can have as a beginner. Beginner, not shaver, but bowl latherer or latherer. And she was right. Not only that, I also used, was it the Kent brush? Yes, that was the, I bought two. Was the Kent first? Yes, I bought the Kent brush first, the ball brush, the one I used last week, which eats soap like crazy. And I couldn't get a lather together at all. Well, not at all, but it was really measly. So that took, I don't know, I didn't have any cash flow to adjust to buy any other soaps really then. So the first month, I think first couple of months. I'm just picking up now. I just want to use up all of this beautiful scent. What are you doing, Baxter? He's making a nest. It was awful until I then got a synthetic brush, which then worked a lot better. And then Jill told me about the yucky brushes. But the first synthetic brush I got was the cheapest one I could, well, not the cheapest one, but sort of like the best I could afford, right? Which was the Omega S, but not the square type one. Okay, let's do this pickup then. This is my problem area right here, and I'm gonna have to go over it again. And it went a lot better, but having said that, it was a completely different way of lathering then again. So that took another learning curve. See, with this soap you can even buff. No problems with it. It has so much slickness. that I'm not afraid to do that. I wouldn't do that with all my soaps. Right, I think that is it, and unfortunately I'm going to have to get rid of all of this. Loads of it left. Oh man, I did the same like last week. Did you notice last week I had this on my nose and I didn't even notice? Even looking into the camera, I didn't notice. What kind of a person am I? Must be blind. And I wiped my face, my hand, a few times and missed it every time. Well, I had to laugh when I looked back on it. So let's just clean my face once more with fresh water. So that was, what did I say, 1.5 teaspoons of water and whatever was in the brush. This feels great. And the scent is quite long lasting. I've wiped now twice. I can still, not from the bowl, from the face, I can smell it. That's fantastic. I'm loving this scent. Little boy is bored. Look, he's waiting. Can I get out now? So let me just pause and let him out. So there you go. What was I doing? Oh yes, aloe first. Next, I'm spraying some into my hand because that's a bit easier. Let's see how close. Oh, this is super close. But nothing stings, no weepers, no cuts. Super smooth, so smooth it's actually making that noise. You know what I'm talking about. Very technical today, aren't I? Ah, dear. No help for me, is there? No help whatsoever. I'm past it. Right, next. Wickham's 1912 unscented. I'm only using a tiny bit. Can you see that? Is it focusing now? Okay, only using a tiny bit there. You don't need a lot. I tell you what, I can still smell the scent on my face from the lather. So if you are going to be using an aftershave, a scented aftershave or so, then make sure it fits, otherwise you'll have to wait till the scent is sort of evaporated, the aromas have evaporated a little bit. Otherwise it'll be a cacophony. Oh, I haven't used that word for a long time, cacophony. Let's just very quickly review. So that was Magnum's 1912, Wickham's 1912 Magnum, not and the scent in there is, I've noted it on my phone, here we go, sweet lemon, fresh basil, rosewood, musk and amber. Well, let's have another sniff here without getting my nose. I think I smell more lemon than rosewood, but it's definitely earthy, and the basil does come through just to take the edge of the sweetness, gives it a bit of a fresh hint. And then the musk and the amber. I must say I am loving the complexity of this scent. It is superb. So that was in my shave bowl with the 26 mils Yucky Evil Zebra, using the Rockwell 6C with blade plate, not blade, plate 3 and Wilkinson Sword plate. I put in the lather 1.5 teaspoons and then finished off with the yellow first spray. Details will all be at the end of the video as usual, sorry for the noise. And then the soothing post-shave, what's it say? Balm. There we go. It's not actually aftershave, it's post-shave balm. Fabulous. Fabulous shave, super smooth, very creamy, hydrated, it feels lovely, and the scent is still here. I can even smell it still on my fingers. What more do you want? So that was Wickham's 1912 Magnum. I do recommend this scent. But it is sort of a mixture between floral and earthy. So for those who don't like floral, then it's not for you. But I'm loving this because it's not too floral. So see you soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment. Bye bye.
I have a sad story to tell you. It may hurt your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked into my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. I have a sad story to tell you. It may hurt your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked into my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen.